A competitive cheerleader at UK is facing criminal charges after cops say they found a dead infant wrapped in a towel inside of a black trash bag in a closet. God, it's a lot of layers. It's like a bloomin' onion. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heather Shaw is Kidding. It's me, Heather Shaw. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you if you came out to the shows in California. They were fantastic. Sacramento, you're fun as always. LA at the Comedy Store, very good time. If you want to hear more about that, join the Patreon, patreon.com/Heather Shaw Comedy. I talk about all of my travels, especially this episode being released today. And what else? Where else was I? San Diego, you were fun. That was a fun little story. Did I piss off another club owner? Yeah. Is that okay? Sure is. It's not unwarranted. It's fine. If you want to hear all about that, join the Patreon for real. It's $3 a month if you can't afford it. You've got bigger problems, and I understand that, and I still love you, I think. Thank you for rating and reviewing this podcast as you do. I love it so much seeing those reviews. 5 letters, 1 word, queef. No context, no actual review of this podcast. I'm sure it's very confusing for anybody who stumbles upon it. And that's what we want. We're trying to gatekeep this podcast. You know, I don't need to be blocked by any more people. Shout out to Justin Bieber. You know, I wouldn't even know, honestly, side note, I would not even know who has blocked me. I really just found out the Justin one because I clicked on his, during his record release, it's like Pitchfork tagged his account, and it was a new account name like Lil Beebs or some shit. I don't know, something where he's black. And I clicked on it, and I couldn't see that. That's the only way I found out that I was blocked. It's not like I'm actively keeping tabs. So I'm sure there's a bunch of other people who have blocked me, maybe some celebrities, and that's fun. And I would not know unless I'm like literally just seeing it by myself, and that's I'm not really hunting and seeing who's blocked me. So we'll see. Maybe more. Maybe I'll stumble upon more. Am I saying stumble upon a lot? Yeah. Am I thinking of that old millennial website that we all went on called Stumble Upon? Maybe that's on my brain today. Stumble Upon was a website where if you were so bored on the internet, and this was before there were a lot of, there was a lot of shit on the internet, but you would just refresh the page or something, and it would show you a new website to check out, like a fun one. It was never porn. You never did Stumble Upon, and it was like interracial midgets. But I don't know if Stumble Upon is still, let's look it up. Let's see if I bet it's still out there. There's a lot of websites that just keep kicking it. I don't know how. Stumble Upon. Mix, find the gems meant for you. Yeah, it's still up. Oh, now it's an app on your phone. Yeah, they've updated. Good. They're not stuck in 2003. Okay. Well, what else do I have to do? Oh, cities, upcoming shows. Friday night, I'm very excited. I'm in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, the south of the north. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I'm doing 2 shows at the Music Hall. Saturday night, I'm in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. The other south of the north. I don't know what Pottstown's known for. Pedophilia? I don't know. They call it pedophilia Potts. Pottstown, I'll be at Soul Joel's Saturday night, 1 show. And then Sunday night, I'm in Arlington, Virginia at the Arlington Draft House. Come on out to those shows. It's going to be a very fun time. And then a bunch of other cities throughout the rest of the year and into next year. Atlanta, Georgia has just been added. Detroit, Michigan, Appleton, Wisconsin. You know, check it all out at heathershawcomedy.com. Let's get into the motherfucker show, bish. Okay, so we got to start off hot because I'm recording this on Tuesday when Trump was to give his major announcement given by the president at 2 p.m. Well, 2 p.m. came and he didn't show up. And then 2:30 came and he wasn't there. And then 2:45 and he did show up. And what do you know it? It was just another boring announcement. But boy, the week leading up to this announcement was the most fun I've had online in a long time. Because, you know, TikTok is not exciting to me anymore. I'm really training my feed to just show me the most insane batshit videos. I don't care about people's commentary on anything anymore. Most of the time it's wrong and just very boring and bad. Nothing really makes me laugh other than people accidentally falling or people filming themselves taking shits. I really like that. I just want unhinged stuff. I like backyard weddings by people who look like they were siblings. I like the redneck ceremonies. Everybody deserves a good ceremony, so I'm not shitting on poor people for having a celebration. It's just very fun to watch them walk down the aisle of their backyard to a Kid Rock song or maybe a Jelly Roll song, something that you would nod out to on fentanyl. I enjoy that kind of content. But so on TikTok this past week, it was very fun because it was a bunch of people wondering where Trump was. Is he dead? Is J.D. Vance the next president? All these theories swirling. And you know who's at the forefront of theories on TikTok? It's the goddamn motherfucking psychics. And I'm sick of them. I'm so goddamn sick of the psychics on TikTok. They're all the same. Fucking wrong. Okay? And they're all people that are like in their early 20s. You're not psychic. You're mentally unwell. We shouldn't be listening to you. I know that the job market is extremely unstable right now. I don't fault you for being unemployed, but also I think you could put a little effort into it. Okay, these are kids. I mean, I really haven't seen anybody in their 30s, 40s on my feed that claims to be a psychic. These are people who have extremely greasy hair, a septum piercing, and 17 spirit guides. Okay, and all the spirit guides are telling them the wrong shit. It's not you're not a psychic, you're mentally unwell. It's not psychicry or whatever it's called. It's schizophrenia. Those aren't spirit guides, that's schizophrenia. I have seen a lot. I've seen a couple that have given dates. One person was a British person who, looked like a failed barista at Dunkin' Donuts, not even a good coffee shop. Got too stressed and said, I can't do this. That person hopped on a month ago or so, I think at the end of June, or no, the end of July, saying, mark my words, he's going to be dying. August 24th. August 24th, Trump is going to die of a massive heart attack. Mark my words, I'm never wrong. Well, bitch, you're fucking wrong. And bitch is all pronouns. I don't know what you are, but bitch covers it all, And then this latest one I saw last night, and it was like an American, very greasy hair, probably hasn't left the bed in a while. That's okay. I get it. The world is depressing. I don't shame you for being depressed. I shame you for thinking you're a goddamn fucking psychic because you haven't left your room in 3 fucking weeks. And now you think things are talking to you about the fucking future of the president of America. That's what you think your psychics would be your psychics wouldn't be like, let's find you a job. Let's get you out of this bed and into a shower. Huh? Have you had 3 meals today that didn't involve a Kit Kat and a Prime energy drink? Let's figure this out. No, it has to. All the psychics are talking to you about is President fucking Trump. I'm not a fan of President Trump, but what the fuck is this? This person I saw hopped online, loud septum piercing, crooked as can be, clearly in bed, and was like, I just woke up and talked to my spirit guides, Odysseus, Cyrilline, and Gallardo. And they all have never been wrong. One time I wanted a job and they told me I'd get the job, and then I had the job. Well, where'd the job go, bitch? Where'd the fucking job go? Anyways, this person was like, because I know this person goes by they, them, so I think I'm being respectful. They were like, my spirit guides told me that he's dead, and there will be an announcement at 2 p.m. on Tuesday about it. It's got to stop. It's not that you're getting my hopes up. It's that you're so loudly wrong, and then I don't like when someone doesn't have to face consequences for how fucking wrong they are. You know what I mean? That's why we keep score in games. You can be cocky going into a football game, but then the score, if you lose by a blowout, if you're UNC, your first fucking game coached by Bill Belichick, you have all these fucking people chirping how great Bill Belichick is, him and his, child bride. The score is going to keep you in check. You're going to go in cocky. The score's going to come out. You have consequences. You now have a losing game on your record. These psychics don't have to face any consequences. They can just hop on and say some wild shit and then be like, well, I'll get them next time. Whoopsies. I guess my spirit guide's wires got crossed. They must have been talking about another President Trump. Oh, I don't know. I'm just sick of it. But it was a wild week leading up to it. It was a lot of suspicious stuff going on. My guess, because I like to go by Occam's razor, the easiest answer is probably the right one. Let me back it up. The reason that people thought that President Trump may have faced like a stroke or was dead was that since yesterday on Tuesday, he hadn't been seen in about a week. His Truth Social posts were not in all caps. There was M dashes as if it was entered in ChatGPT. There was proper comma usage, which is not something that Trump does. Like comma, Donald J. Trump, comma, the President of the United States of America, comma. Like he wouldn't do that. It would just be like, President is me and this is who it would just go on. But so there were, like, he hadn't been seen. He didn't golf over the weekend. The pictures that were released claiming that they were new were older pictures from 2020, 4 and 2019, and he hadn't been seen. Trump did say, somebody asked about it in his press conference today. What do you think about the people thinking of you being dead? And Trump said, so I hadn't been seen in a week. I mean, Biden, you didn't see him for months. Now, fair point, Trump. Fair point. Might I remind America, these are two 80-year-old men duking it out to see who can be the least sleepy. Who shits their pants less. These are two geriatric men. My grandma's in her 80s. I don't hear from her more than once a year. I'll never know how she's doing. I just don't expect any 80-year-old to be... it's a wild job for an 80-year-old to have to be the leader of a free world and make appearances almost daily. I'm not excusing Donald Trump at all. I'm just saying it's wild that any 80-year-old wants to go into this kind of lifestyle. It's kind of like training for a marathon once you hit 90. It's like, okay, well, we could have done this earlier, right? But yeah, the speculation got wild. It's not a good look for the country. I'll say that. It's not a good look when, I know I'm in an echo chamber of batshit insane psychics that I don't want to be in anymore on TikTok. I'm just going to start blocking every psychic I see. Hope they don't see it coming. I'm sure they won't. It's just not a good state of the country when most people are like, hey, he's probably dead, and kind of excited about it. I mean, there's a lot of buzz. Like, oh my God, he might be dead. That champagne we bought, maybe we can use it. It's not, back in the old days when a president died, no matter what side, you'd kind of just, there'd be respect and decorum. But we've lost that with the Trump administration. There is going to be no more respect or decorum when he dies. I've often wondered how it will be reported. I know that CNN and MSNBC and Fox News especially will all be very cordial with their reporting and, serious, and there won't be any snark, but the rest of the country on social media, it is going to be a batshit banana. It's going to be a party. And that is something we're not used to when a president dies, that the majority of the country celebrates. But this is what happens when you are a terrible leader and pseudo dictator, and you alienate everybody that isn't a billionaire. You don't get people going, oh, rest in peace. You just get people making memes of you in hell. So that's going to be coming. That will be coming soon. Not soon. I don't know. I'm not a psychic. I don't know when he's going to pass away. If I had to guess, because that's what psychics are doing. They're just guessing for attention. If I had to guess, I would say this guy's got at least 5 more years. If we're being realistic, this guy's got access to the best healthcare money can buy. He's the president of the United States. I just don't see it happening, unless it's super suddenly and they can't get his shit under control. I just don't see him just dying so quickly. But 5-10 years, that's not very much if you think about it. People still think they're in 2016, so it's really not that long ago. It's really not that long of a time. But I'm sick of the psychics. I'm done. If I see a and you know what else I'm sick of? The excuses that come out for psychics after they're fucking wrong. Loudly with their chest saying something's going to happen. It doesn't. And this has been going back since the election, by the way. Lots of psychics got passes during the election because they said Donald Trump will not be elected. I'm a psychic. Cosign. Bing. And then Donald Trump got elected. And then the psychics and psychic defenders came back and said, well, we didn't say that he would have fairly won the election. We just said that he was going to be president, that he would get elected. But we didn't say it's because it was a fair and square like election. Like it was probably rigged, but we were talking like he would win the fair election. Now when people are predicting his death and it's wrong, they say, well, I didn't say what year. Well, the psychic didn't say what year. And I also like the psychic on psychic fights. It's almost as good as white on white crime. When psychics go like, I'm a psychic and I would never predict somebody's death. Real psychics can't do that. I'm like, honey, real psychics? That's an oxymoron. I'm sorry. I don't believe in psychics. I just don't. I'm too cynical. I'm too much of a curmudgeon. I'm in my 30s. You give up believing in psychics once you hit your mid-30s. It's over. I don't believe in I haven't believed in ghosts since I was 16. Caleb Heron said it best. Caleb Heron said that someone with a ghost story is just seeking attention. And that is really it. Because when I was a kid, all my friends had ghost stories. And it was like, oh, yeah, they just want the attention of the room. I've never seen a ghost. Maybe I'm not open. My vibe isn't open to ghosts. So they know not to haunt me when I'm in an old hotel. I love when I go to a venue and they go, this is haunted. And I said, sure. Is it haunted by sexual assault? What do you mean haunted? This comedy club is haunted by alcoholics. What is it haunted by? Ghosts, you think? Okay. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in psychics. I don't believe in much. I believe in love. But really that's pretty tangible. I believe in the universe. But what does that mean? I don't know. It's just tangible. I can see the stars. Can't touch them though. That sucks. You can't touch a star. Trump is alive and well, folks. I did poll the audience in, where was I? I don't know if I was in San Diego. I believe it was San Diego, where I asked the audience, would they rather Trump be president or J.D. Vance? And those motherfuckers were too scared to answer me. It was very upsetting. I mean, that was a very largely liberal crowd. San Diego was a liberal city, but nobody would answer me. And it's almost like no one really knows. Because J.D. Vance is a puppet of Peter Thiel and Palantir, and he's a chameleon. He'll just adapt to whatever he needs to be. I mean, he was shit-talking Trump years ago, saying he's the worst, and now he's the vice president to Trump. He's just a chameleon. He'll do whatever you tell him to do. You're his daddy. Trump, I don't see as much of a chameleon, but I do see that he's a bit dumb. I think J.D. Vance is smarter than Trump, more conniving maybe. Trump just seems like if you boost his ego, if you feed his ego, he's gonna like you. He's just very transparently dumb. So I don't know, man. It's like choosing, like with South Park, choosing between diarrhea and vomit. We'll keep an eye on it, and fuck you, psychics. I'm over your goddamn shit. All right, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has transformed, baby. He has lost the weight. Lizzo who? Adele who? I don't know what you mean that, babes. That's my Adele. I don't know what you mean that, babes. Yeah, The Rock is looking trim, thin, and weird. He is looking like a, head of a hedge fund. He lost a lot of weight. He lost a lot of muscle. The Rock was huge. He was a muscular motherfucker. Apparently, he's lost about 60 pounds in muscle and weight. And that's just, you look at old pictures of The Rock and he's fucking, his calves are the size of my body. The width of my body were his thighs. And now he's like a svelte... He looks like a cancer patient. I hate to say that. He looks like he just finished round 2 of chemo. He's just skinny. He looks like a gay Miami hustler. He looks like he was auditioning for Dallas Buyers Club. Do you remember when 50 Cent was doing a movie about AIDS and he lost all that weight to play like an AIDS patient? Like he looked gaunt as fuck, and the movie went straight to DVD. That was a fun time. Yeah, so it's sparking some talk online, some debate. There are people saying that probably losing that muscle is due to getting off of steroids. I mean, that man was on steroids. This man's older. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be in his 50s. He's 53. So, you don't maintain that kind of body just, eating right and working out. At some point, you need a little roid, baby. And who knows how long he's been on roids, could it be from wrestling? Yeah, so not great for the heart. Maybe he had to take a step back, and he got this role in this movie that's an Oscar baity movie with Emily Blunt called The Smashing Machine. Maybe he's weaning off the roids because he's like, I can't do this forever. My heart's going to give out. Or maybe he wanted to just slim down and look like a normal fucking person. Because he just looks like a gay accountant now. It's kind of amazing. In the drama, what is the movie about? UFC, The Rock plays a UFC MMA legend who battled prescription drug addiction. And then Emily Blunt plays his wife. Yeah, I'm kind of over these kind of movies, to be honest. I don't really care. I just don't really care. You know what this is giving? It's the new film by, I don't remember who the fuck, about a tormented stand-up comic or something, Will Arnett, and it's like, I'm really not, I don't care. I forget who's directing it, but I'm like, okay, Will Arnett, let me look it up. Comedy movie. No, that's not right. That's not a comedian movie. Is this thing on? Who's the director? Bradley Cooper. That's right. Bradley Cooper's trying to get an Oscar. He's trying so hard. He went in the Maestro move that that didn't pan out. Now he's going on Is This Thing On? Bradley Cooper's directing this film. I love Laura Dern is in it. I love Will Arnett. I think the movie will probably be great. Honestly, no hate on it. I'm just sick of the whole look at this white comedian tortured by life. He broke up with his wife and now he's getting on stage and he's killed. It's just like, I don't care. It's just torture porn for comedians. We're not that interesting. Some are depressed, but most of it is just because we never went to therapy and figured our shit out. So it's just like, woe is me, I'm an artist. I say dick jokes on stage and run away from the idea of losing my wife forever. It's like, I don't care. I don't care, but I'm sure it'll be a good movie. Bradley Cooper's got to win an Oscar. It'll be Bradley Cooper versus the skinny Rock, the Pebble. Somebody should start calling the Rock Pebble. Pebble is looking svelte. He's also looking very gay. I like it for him. He's very tan. He's trimmed down. He just looks insane. It's very fun. Go look at these photos of him. Very fun. All right, I thought there was, I guess not. There was Reddit I wanted to look up because Reddit had some good theories about why he lost the weight, and it was kind of fun to, let me see, The Rock weight loss, Reddit. Yeah, here it is. Let's see what they say. Reddit. About 4 months ago, I saw a TikTok of a guy. This is from Extra Aggressive Hugger. Great. That's gross. About 4 months ago, I saw a TikTok of a guy talking about how steroids are so normalized and completely out of control in bodybuilders and influencers and celebrities. He called out The Rock specifically and said there's no way you can take high doses the way he does for many years, as he does, and not destroy your heart. He said, watch, in the next year, The Rock is going to lose a bunch of weight and muscle and say it's for his heart health, and it will be because of his heart, but because of steroid damage, not because of whatever The Rock says. I don't know what The Rock was officially saying. I think he was just like, I'm ready to be taken seriously. I can't look like a fucking boulder. Yeah, I think that, to me, that seems like the most realistic thing. It's like, all right, I got to stop doing the gear, which is what they call steroids. God, some people on Reddit are so dumb. People are just dumb. You ever realize that? This is why I don't ask servers what their favorite meal is on the menu. I don't care. You're probably dumb. Please don't tell me anything about yourself. Somebody said, do you think Hulk Hogan's unexpected death caused this maybe? No, he lost the weight so long ago. He lost the weight way before Hulk Hogan died, you dumb. You dumb. Yeah, he's older. I'm sure he was told he had to stop the steroids for his health. Yeah, he looks like a fun little gay man now. Dwayne the Pebble Johnson. Good for him. I'm sure that movie's good. Here's the other thing I can't stand. I can't stand film festivals, and I've been seeing a lot of clips of it. So this was at the Venice Film Festival where Emma Stone had a film, Bulgaria or something. Dwayne Johnson had his film with Emily Blunt, the wrestler part 2 or whatever the fuck. And some other films. One was with Jacob Elordi, I believe. And they do these after the film is shown. They do these long standing ovations. They claim they're doing 15-minute. Oh, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson's movie got a 15-minute standing ovation. It is so gay. I can't take it seriously. Actors are fucking weird. Actors are weird fucking people. And Dwayne was crying. The Rock was crying. This man has millions. He almost bought Hawaii with Oprah. Remember when they were like, please donate to GoFundMe to help Hawaii? And they're two fucking billionaires standing next to each other asking somebody who works at the Golden Corral to donate to Hawaii. I don't fuck with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm sorry, the Pebble. I don't fuck with the Pebble. I don't fuck with the Stone. Unless it's Sharon. I don't fuck with the Stone. I put the Pebble down, bitch. I don't like this, man. It's gross to stand next to fucking Oprah Winfrey and be like, please donate to help Hawaii. Bitch, you donate. If you donated a sliver of your income, Hawaii would be fine for years. You and Oprah together, I believe you can pull enough money together. I believe in you too. I know you guys can pull yourselves up by your Prada bootstraps and find some change to donate to fix up Hawaii. The fuck you asking us for, you tone-deaf fucking weirdos? But I can't stand the standing ovations. They're just so self-important, so self-masturbatory. Dwayne the Pebble Johnson's up there crying, tearing up at his own genius on the screen. First of all, to be able to sit through a film you were in, already I'm dry just thinking about that. Second of all, allowing people to stand up for 15 minutes. Bullshit. There's no fucking way these people are really giving a standing ovation for 15 minutes. No fucking way. 2 minutes tops. And then they're padding in the time. And then to just give yourself a round of applause. Imagine you do something for work and everybody gives you a standing ovation, which is great. And then you also stand up to applaud yourself and everybody else who did the job with you. Imagine if nurses did that after every surgery. 15 minutes. It is so self-indulgent. And by the way, life-saving surgery, nurses, they don't do this. Nurses and doctors don't get together and give themselves standing ovations about the work they just completed. 15 minutes, they start crying. We really did. We are amazing. That person could have died without our help. And this is about fucking movies. They are doing this for a fucking 90-minute vehicle. I don't like it. It's so gross to me. I will not probably be seeing that movie. I forget already what it's called. I'm going to call it The Wrestler 2 Electric Boogaloo. But that always irks me. And they do it at Cannes a lot, the Cannes Film Festival. God, I hope I'm never in a movie. I will yell, sit down. Sit the fuck down. We didn't just cure cancer. Sit the fuck down. Sit down. But yeah, good for him on his weight loss, I guess. I don't really care. I think he's a monster of a man. I don't like the Pebble. I just don't like the Pebs. Let's do another story before we get into, you know what I'm doing. Lucy Brown. Burning Man, baby. There's been a death at Burning Man. Which is like, I mean, I can't believe it's taken this long. Burning Man is a place that was once made for artists, people people who would believe TikTok psychics, artists to meet up in the desert of Nevada at the playa and get together and just like create and just like down with the man and just like lift each other up while on ecstasy and just like don't shower and just like fuck with bushes. And like, yeah, dirt's going to get in your asshole, but that's all the fucking beauty of art. By pounding me in the dirt, we are creating art. That's what Burning Man is, and that's what it was. And now Burning Man is kind of a place where rich tech bros can fly in and, live out of very expensive RVs and cosplay being poor in the vein of art, in the name of art. And they leave the environment worse than they met it. And there's a lot of trash and litter. And I think Burning Man used to be like, leave it the same as you met it. Like, just clean up. But there's no more cleaning up. A lot of the year, like the past few years, Burning Man has been flooded because the weather's bad. It's just not viable, I think, to do it anymore. To do it there anymore, but they still do it. It's just a place for rich assholes to pretend to be poor for like a weekend while they're tripping on acid. To escape the reality of, I don't know, being a stay-at-home son. I mean, these are a lot of rich people, and then there's just insufferable, like, normal people that are, it's like the most insufferable person you meet at a music festival, the white lady with dreads, they all meet up at Burning Man. So it's my version of hell. I don't know what I would want less. Like, what would you, if you had to be with one or the other, what would you choose? If you had to be with someone who went to Burning Man every year or someone who went to see ICP every year, which one would, I think I'd go with the Juggalo. The Juggalo seems a little, very dumb, very simple, kind-hearted. I think Juggalos overall, maybe they can't, pass a drug test and maybe they don't know how to fully read, but they're kind people. People at Burning Man would literally kill you and eat your body if they just got a little bit hungry. They're all Army hammering their way through life. They scare me tremendously. Anyways, in Reno, that's where it kind of is. A man was found dead on August 30th at Burning Man. And that has prompted a homicide investigation. How weird would it be if he was a man who was burnt to death? A burning man at Burning Man. Let's see. Deputies found the body as festivities were kicking off for the burning of the man. Okay, so this is the thing they do. I mean, again, this is how much they love Mother Earth. They decide to burn a giant wooden man, make an effigy, and dance around it like they're fucking, it's 7 years old again. I hate these people. I can't stand them. Deputies found the body as the festivities were kicking off for the burning of the man. A deputy was flagged down by a participant who found the body lying in a pool. Nope, a pool of blood. Lying in a pool of blood. He drowned in his own blood. And this is art. I just know somebody killed him for a piece of, to make art. My art this year is I fucking killed Derek. I just stabbed him a bunch. Every stab represented female rage. And every drop of blood represented penance. Management immediately responded to a campsite and found a single white male lying on the ground. Man, the male loneliness epidemic is real, guys. A single white male lying on the ground. I don't know if they're saying they found one white male or if they're saying this guy was very clearly single. How funny would it be if they were like, yeah, we found this guy. Very clearly single, by the way. You can just tell. He was dead, cold as hell, but you can just tell from vibes this guy was single. Oh, he had to do stuff to women's drinks in order to get them to talk to him. A single white adult male lying on the ground, obviously deceased. The identity of the man is unknown. No details on the possible cause of death. They just know that he was in a pool of blood. This can't be all that they're saying. Tens of thousands of burners. God, they call themselves burners. I just hate them so much. Dude, I just hate them so much. They're the worst. They flocked to a remote desert area northeast of Reno for a week-long celebration of art, music, and personal freedom. Freedom with my Amex Gold card. 70,000 people go to this place. The event culminates with the 2 large-scale burns of a 100-foot-tall wooden man effigy. Got to be great for the environment, guys. It's got to be very good. Oh, there have been other incidences of homicide. Okay. Michael Fury, 1996. Back then, Burning Man seemed like it was, noble. This guy in 1996 died riding a motorcycle. He was struck and killed by a van. All right. That makes sense. Another woman in 2003 died when she tried to get off of an art car and was run over. A lot of running over. You got a lot of people on fucking drugs, on shrooms, driving around. Maybe you don't get into a vehicle. A guy in 2003, same year as that woman, was critically injured as their small plane tried to land. Okay, they crashed. Another was a death by suicide. Ooh. A DJ, Optic Orange, killed himself. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would kill myself too if I had to be at Burning Man. I don't blame that guy. A woman in 2014. Yeah, there's a lot of deaths. A woman in 2014 was killed after she was hit by an art car. Don't go here, guys. Nobody can drive. They're all high as hell. They call their cars art cars. It's just a fucking Dodge Ram. 2017, another guy died after he ran into the Burning Man structure fire. He was pronounced dead after being flown to the burn center. Yeah, he's just high as shit, ran into the structure. 2023, someone was found unresponsive and was administered CPR. Yeah, that's fentanyl. We're getting into the 2023. Now we're getting into fent was in the drugs. And then last year, a woman was found unresponsive on the first day of last year's event. She died from an asthma attack in her sleep. That's the least. That's just bad health, I guess. But wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 other deaths since 1996. Add this one, a guy dying in a pool of blood. Wild. If you're a burner and you're listening to this, please block me. All right, let's get to our sponsor, baby. You know them, you love them. It's Lucy Braun Coffee, baby. I love them so much. I got their coffee subscription. It is the most important thing in my life besides my fiance, my dogs, my cat, and my comedy career, and a good BM. I love Lucy Braun so much. Their coffee subscription gets me through the month every single month. Every single month, I get a fresh new bag of coffee shipped directly to my door. I don't have to go out and go to these stupid grocery stores and these aisles of shitty coffee. Pete's, Mr. Pete's, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, get out of here. I want some good fucking coffee from a place I've never known of. And that's where Lucy Braun does for me. They send me coffee from places I've never heard of. It's never been more delicious. It's the kind I like because I like dark roast, but they'll ship you whatever you like. When you fill out the form for the coffee subscription, they take all your information. Do you want us to grind the beans for you? Do you want whole beans? I want whole beans. I feel like every lesbian should request whole beans, baby. We love a good bean. Do you like light roast? Do you like medium? Do you like dark? Do you like decaf? What do you like? I like a good dark whole bean, and that's what I get every single month from a different roaster. I've never had the same bag of coffee, and I've had the subscription for 2 years almost. I want to say it's got to be 2 years now. I love it. It's a part of my life. I'm never getting rid of it. Lucy Braun Coffee, man. You got to check them out. Go to their website. Get the coffee subscription. All you have to do is simply fill out the form on their website, and then you'll start getting coffee beans sent straight to your door on the first of the month. Visit LucyBrownCoffee.com. That's LUSSI, browncoffee.com. And follow the coffee subscription button to get signed up today. That's LUSSI, browncoffee.com. Follow the coffee subscription button and get signed up today. And if you use the code Heather Shaw is kidding, you're going to get 10% off your first order. That's pretty fucking nice. That's real nice. This coffee subscription is amazing. You won't regret it. Somebody got it from their mother-in-law, and now she talks to her mother. They didn't have anything to talk about. They didn't have anything to bond over, and now they have this to bond over. It's still a very, it's not a deep relationship they have, but at least they can talk about something. They don't just stare at each other and hope somebody else speaks up. Thank you, Lucy Braun, for being an OG sponsor of the show. We love you so much, baby. Even if you're in Lexington, Kentucky, go check them out. Coffee by day, cocktails by night, right downtown, Lexington, Kentucky. Lucy Braun Coffee. We love you so much. Speaking of Lexington, Kentucky, this is a good little segue. A UK, that's the University of Kentucky there in Lexington, a UK senior disposed of a baby. Yeah. She made it all the way through university. She was a cheerleader. Cops found a dead baby in her closet. So what? Free her. Believe all women. I will say, this is what I'll say. If we're going to get a little serious. This is what happens when you take away women's reproductive rights. Okay? Let's just start off the top saying that. Okay, now I will say, she probably couldn't confide in her parents. Who knows what her life was like? I'm not excusing this. I'm just saying these are the consequences of taking away abortion. Okay, Kentucky, you cannot get an abortion. I believe you can in Ohio. So on the other side of that, I would say, homegirl, why didn't you just go to Ohio? You know, like you could have, there's a lot of other things you could have done. Number one, go to a different state. But at the core of it, this is a major consequence of taking away women's access to abortions. You're going to get really fucked up shit like this. A dead baby in a closet. A baby that did not want to be, she didn't want. This baby was not going to have a great life. Already unwanted coming out of her snatch. And if you want to say, oh, somebody would have adopted it. No, they wouldn't. Shut the fuck up. You go adopt a kid. Nobody's adopting kids. Not from America. Hello? Let's read what happened. A competitive cheerleader at UK is facing criminal charges after cops say they found a dead infant wrapped in a towel inside of a black trash bag in a closet. God, it's a lot of layers. It's like a bloomin' onion. And police say she's the child's mother. This is very sad. I'm not trying to make light of it, but this is also a comedy podcast, so it's fine. 21-year-old Lakin Snelling. By the way, since living in Kentucky, I have heard so many people and their name. I've never heard the word Lakin for someone's name more than I have than living in Kentucky. It is very prominent in this area. Lakin. It's like their parents have a boat and they were like, we got to honor our boat. Let's name this baby Lakin because we like to be in the lake. She's Lakin. I've never heard this name until I started living in Kentucky. It's a really dumb name. And it just makes me think that whoever her parents are just have a boat that they're really proud of. And she comes second to that boat. Name her Lakin. Is ponding too weird? Can we do ponding? It ain't good. You're right. We'll do Lakin. Lakin Snelling. Such a Kentucky name, dude. Or a southern, like Alabama, Kentucky, not Tennessee kind of name. Lakin was arrested Sunday, charged with abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant. No murder charge yet, so that's odd. I mean, how did that baby die? Police say they were dispatched last Wednesday to a residence near UK campus when a call came in for a deceased infant located inside of a closet. God, I can't wait to get more info on what this is. Snelling told officers she was the child's mother and admitted to concealing the birth by cleaning any evidence, placing all cleaning items used inside of a black trash bag, including the infant who was wrapped in a towel. Dude, it's so dark. Here's the other thing, though, I'm going to say. It's very impressive to have a baby on your own. I mean, it is. A few of my fiance's friends have given birth, and it sounds like an absolute nightmare of a ride I would never want to take part in. And to have a baby on your own, because concealing the birth of a child essentially means, there's no professional around. You did not register this child with a birth certificate. There's no social security number. This is just she had an illegal baby, basically. She just gave birth to an illegal. Which I'm sure Lakin's parents aren't too thrilled about. Oh my God, my grandbaby's an illegal. But it's very impressive, I will say, to give birth on your own, to just shit a baby out in your college campus room. It's batshit. I mean, most people can't give birth without epidurals and without somebody helping them and telling them about Lamaze and nurses and, and telling them how to push. I mean, it is very impressive, but also very sad. This is what desperation makes you do. I'm sure her parents are probably not, I don't want to speak out of turn here. I'm guessing her parents are not pro-choice. Probably wasn't something that she was told was ever an option in life. And this is what desperation drives you to do. She was booked at the Fayette County Detention Center. She reportedly posted her $1,000 bond. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see where it goes. It's just also very dark that you could give birth and just stuff it away in a bag. Dude, that is just like the darkest fucking thing ever. It's just dark. What do you mean you gave birth and the baby's crying and then, you're just like, well, just put it in a Kroger bag. Wrap it up tight. We'll forget about it. We got to have brunch. I don't know. It's just real fucked up. This lady is a monster, but monsters are created when you take away options, okay? She probably would not do this if abortion was legal in Kentucky or if her parents weren't such psychos about being pro-life. I just don't I can't imagine someone doing this if their parents were cool with her having a choice over giving birth to a child or not. Seems as if she's been, brainwashed at a young age and probably herself even believed that abortion is murder. And what she did was just a consequence of giving birth. I don't know. It's very dark, guys. It's also surprising. People, when they have that show that's like, I didn't know I was pregnant. It's like, what do you mean? It's like some 300-pound woman that's like, I just shat my baby into a toilet. I didn't know I was pregnant. It's like, how did you not know you were pregnant? You were craving seaweed salad. Not her. She wouldn't be craving seaweed salad. A 300-pound woman. You were craving Long John Silver's and Arby's mixed together. That is not something, that's not a good combination. How did you not know you were pregnant? I just shat out a baby in my toilet. I didn't know I was pregnant. Good thing for that baby, it can swim. This is why it's important to have reproductive rights for women. This is what pro-life people don't realize. They're not going to stand up for her. They're going to call her evil and a murderer, and she is. But it's their brainwashing that drives someone like her to do this. She's 21 years old. Her life is ruined, she thinks, because she has this baby, because she got knocked up. Probably didn't feel comfortable using Plan B. You can't get Plan B, I don't think, in Kentucky anymore. It's just Plan A, and the A does not stand for abortion. So, yeah, this is what drives people to become monsters, is you take away their rights, and they got to do some fucked up shit. But I digress. The last thing I want to talk about, Succession star Nicholas Braun. Nicholas Braun, you might know him as Cousin Greg from Succession. He got busted for a DUI in New Hampshire, which is hilarious that he was even in New Hampshire. Like, why were you in New Hampshire? I'm going to New Hampshire. If you're not doing a show in New Hampshire, why are you going to New Hampshire? No offense to New Hampshire. I think New Hampshire knows what New Hampshire is. You know what I mean? But I've never heard somebody say, like, we got to go to New Hampshire. I mean, that's the only time I'm saying we got to go to New Hampshire is if somebody needs an abortion. You know what I mean? Then I'm like, let's go to New Hampshire. Cousin Greg, Nicholas Braun, piece of work, douchebag. I'll tell you about him. He got pulled over Friday night. No mugshot because the police cameras weren't working. He was arrested on suspicion of DUI, impairment, and operating without lights. So he's probably driving without his lights on. They pulled him over and they were like, holy shit, you're drunk. He's a piece of shit. Okay, Moultonboro, New Hampshire is 2 hours north of Boston, so I could see him hanging out in Boston. Nicholas Braun's an alleged piece of shit. Nicholas Braun is a sex pest. He owns or owned a bar. Anybody who owns a bar is a really good person. Just a straight man owning a bar is like, oh, that guy's to be trusted for sure. He had a bunch of sexual assault allegations, underage. There was He was directly accused by a TikTok user who shared photos of her and her friends partying with him at Coachella when she was only 16. He's just like the newest version of like, what did Leo and Toby Maguire, who the fuck ever, Leo and his crew, the Pussy Posse. I think they call themselves the Pussy Posse. Leo and his like crew of rapists. He's just the new version of that. He's the Gen Z version of that. Just a guy who's got fame and money and decides to assault women with it because he can get away with it for the most part. And after all these allegations came out, they kind of got swept away, really. After all these allegations, because it was multiple women who have come across, and girls, let's call them girls, who come out with disturbing allegations against him. After all these allegations hit, what did he do? The main thing you do when you're a creepy guy and you need to fix your image, you go on Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. If you're a fucked up man and you've done some fucked up shit, Dax has got you covered. Dax will hold your hand. He's got your back. I don't trust that Dax Shepard. He's a creepy motherfucker. Having Brad Pitt on after Brad Pitt beat up all his gaggle of kids. And he gets on there and he's like, "Oh man, you go to AA. You're so cool, man. You're really, you know." Braun went on the Armchair Expert podcast. During the episode, Braun acted particularly squirrely when his dating life and frequent appearances on Dumois were brought up. Dumois, sorry. Braun admitted he is a jealous person in relationships and that the experience in high school was brutal. This is what happens. Guys are fucking losers in high school, and then they get access to fame and money or one or the other, and then they take it out on everybody else that crosses their path when they're in their 20s and 30s. Like, dude, go to therapy. Yeah, he's got a lot of sexual assault allegations. She's just a gross guy. And a DUI is, wait, let me see. During the interview, he does seem to quickly confirm but brush over the fact that he is in a relationship, which is notable considering he told the New York Times in 2021 that he had never been in a long-term relationship. I do yearn for it, he said, a relationship, and yet I'm incapable of it. I go toward it, and then I hit a wall where I'm like, I can't go farther into this. I've got to exit. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the fuck that means. Let's see what... I'm trying to get a clearer picture of his allegations, because to just say he's got allegations is one thing, but this lady claims that Braun tried to invite her back to his hotel room, an invitation she declined, informing him she was in high school. She claims this did not deter him and that he eventually... Because in his mind, he's getting back at his high school life. He was a loser in high school, and now when he meets 16-year-olds, he's like, now I can fuck the 16-year-old that wouldn't look at me in high school. Yeah, but the problem is you're fucking 25 years old. Ugh. She claims that did not deter him, and he eventually found another underage girl to take advantage of. Since this video was posted, more frightening behavior has come to light. He gave me his number. He invited me back to his hotel. Oh, she already said that. It was common knowledge amongst girls at my college that if you went to the bar he owns, so he owns a bar in a college town. That's fun. The bar is called Ray's. I don't know where it is. If you went to the bar he owns and he was there, you'd probably end up sleeping together. It's so horrifying reframing that in this light. Ray's, right? Apparently he goes there regularly and is always seen leaving with women in their early 20s. He's 34 now. Holy shit, he's 34. I was saying 25. All right. 34, early 20s. I'm sure some women go there to meet him, but he definitely uses his succession fame and his bar to his full advantage, aka to sleep with as many young women as possible. So that's not illegal. What do you want me to say? It's gross, but it's not illegal. A 34-year-old sleeping with a 20-year-old. It's not illegal. It's just like, yeah, he's a man. He's going to be gross. He routinely seeks out young women at his bar and follows very young IG models wearing next to nothing. We're talking as young as 16. It's super weird given his wholesome vibe and honestly feels generally skeevy given how he now has a reputation for sliding into DMs and sleeping around. At 35, I just think it's weird for him to be seeking late teens, early 20s. Yeah, it is weird. It absolutely is weird. It's weird, and he got a DUI, and I'm glad. In this day and age, now this guy's how old? How old is Nicholas Braun now? He's got to be 38. Just call a fucking Uber, bro. He's 37. He's my age. Yeah. Yeah, just call an Uber, bro. He's a douche. That, he's got alleged accusations. He's just a douche. I don't like him, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for his failure. Okay. And by the way, I've not seen that Bullying Mom documentary. People have been asking me if I've seen it. I've not. I'll try to watch it. I already know the story. I know it's going to be very funny, so I'll try to watch it. A mom essentially cyber bullies her own daughter and then gets caught. I think that's very funny. I'm going to watch it and really enjoy myself on that one. But football's back, baby. Football is back tomorrow night. Let's fucking go. I'm wet. All right, that's the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, as you do. I love when you share. A few people have been sharing to their stories when they're watching the pod or listening to the pod. Keep doing that. I know I say this is a podcast gatekeep, but I love that. It's very fun. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Upcoming shows, get all tickets at heathershawcomedy.com. Again, Friday night, I'm in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Saturday night, I'm in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Sunday night, I'm in Arlington, Virginia. And then a bunch of cities going into the next year. Good Lord. I'm touring constantly. I'm taking September off. And then I'm so back, baby. So get those tickets, heathershawcomedy.com. Join the Patreon. You've got about 85, 86 extra episodes over there waiting for you. All for $3 a month. Are you kidding me? I'm basically giving it out. Support a gay. Join the Patreon. Patreon.com/heathershawcomedy. And don't forget to rate and review this podcast if you are so inclined. I love you so much. Until next week, okay? Stay gay. All right. See ya.